In my view, I think there was a very simple but very important question in front of the Supreme Court initially, which became very complicated and mind boggling later because of different reasons. So, the question was provincial election within 90 days, according to the Constitution of Pakistan. But the kind of unprecedented differences that came from within the Supreme Court in last few days, judges recusing themselves from the bench, from the hearing, calling the first March judgment a 4-3 judgment, and also Justice Faiz Isa, who's senior most judge, his order in a separate case where the 2-by-1 bench ordered suspension of all suo motu cases in light of the bill that was passed by the Parliament of Pakistan. So these are two entirely but very important issues. First thing that was made very clear by the Supreme Court today is that the ECP, the Election Commission of Pakistan, cannot change the dates. The issue that was raised in front of the Supreme Court of Pakistan by PTI, and they challenged the ECP verdict. So very clearly, the Supreme Court termed that Election Commission of Pakistan's verdict as unconstitutional, and now also has ordered the government that they will have to assist the Election Commission of Pakistan in terms of funds and security. So it is very evident that the Supreme Court of Pakistan has made it clear that they have to hold elections on the given date by the Supreme Court, and the government could not justify that why they cannot provide security or funds to the Commission of Pakistan. Now the government parties, especially PMLN, they are rejecting the verdict. I spoke to some legal experts. They say there's no substance in what the government is saying. Not trusting the bench or its verdict, and rejecting the orders, or calling the earlier verdict 4-by-3 decision is now very irrelevant in the view of legal experts. They think it is nothing more than a political pitch. They can get sympathy, they can get sympathy vote in the election campaign, or maybe like how Maryam Nawaz keeps asking for compensation from the courts for their earlier actions, but it has no value when it comes to the decision about elections that the Supreme Court gave today. So I think now we'll also have to see how the government or the President of Pakistan will go about the amendment bill that was passed by the Parliament, that most importantly gives the right to appeal on suo motu cases, and 3 most senior judges to hear such matters. Now, the other issue, the differences from within the government. I think this is genuinely very unprecedented in our judicial history, because there were many times there was appeal to make a full court bench to hear the case, but for some reason Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan did not make a full bench. Even yesterday during the hearing, he said that he will call a full court meeting to talk about the Supreme Court rules. But what did we see today? Today, the Chief Justice of Pakistan, he made a 6-member bench. Out of these 6 members, 5 of them are those judges who were elevated to Supreme Court out of seniority rule. And the main issue that was raised by the judges was formation of benches and keeping the senior most judges out of those benches. This is one of the questions that was being raised at the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. So I think this whole debate could have been avoided if the Chief Justice of Pakistan in the first place made a full bench. So today's verdict, on one hand, whatever the government is saying, it is binding on the Election Commission of Pakistan and the government. On the other hand, I think the issue of differences from within the Supreme Court, they stay, and they will have a very serious impact in coming days.